Max says he loves me. I say I love him, but deep down in his heart, Andrew, he thinks I'm a flake. You know, he really doesn't get me. And if he doesn't understand me any better than this, then how can he say that he really loves me? And how can I love somebody who doesn't understand me?
Back up. Back up, Maggie. Better than what?
He thinks that my performing arts center and my circus art classes are just my whim of the week. All right? And worse than that, he thinks that I'm falling back in old patterns, that I'm just doing all of this to get a rise out of him.
He thinks that you were biker girl and nun to confound Father Bishop, and now you are a juggler to get in Max's face, huh?
Yes.
All right. Let's look at this historically, take an overview. Max has always been on your side, hasn't he?
That was before I bought a warehouse that he wants and needs. He doesn't like to take no for an answer, and I've never said no to him before.
Finding healthy and constructive ways to deal with these kinds of differences, that's the toughest struggle for a couple. Did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm the wrong person to ask about relationships. Some people do it better than others, much better.
Well, it feels pretty awful.
I know.
Look at this. Look at this outside. Everything is so heavy and lush. It's like, I don't know, it's a really weird time of summer. It's like everything is so ripe and it just doesn't know what to do with itself until autumn.
I never liked this time of year. Except when we were kids. You remember that, Maggie? You remember those summers down in Tidewater, huh? Come on, what do you say? What do you say? We go get the dogs and we head down and spend the afternoon swimming in the pond, huh?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
What's going on with you today?
Hey, remember that kid, Eli? The one over at the hospital that was HIV positive?
The one with a great attitude.
Yeah. His mother's dying.
Oh, God.
I want to help him. I want to help him. I want to help him find a home.
How did you get put in charge of his life, Andrew?
I don't know. I just am. Who else does he have?
He's going to be a tough kid to place.
He's on a real tough protocol. He's got to take that medication right on time. Has to be an empty stomach, like clockwork. Doesn't do it that way. It's not going to work.
I thought you told me that he wasn't AIDS active.
He's not, but he's got a very high viral load. He's like a walking time bomb for AIDS. But if he takes this medication, he'll get the numbers down if he sticks to the schedule.
Wow, well, pitch that to prospective foster parents.
Yeah. And on top of that, I tell you, this kid, he has got every single trait that makes him hard to place. He's in his teens. He's disruptive. He's hostile. He's got no respect for authority. He's way too smart for his own good.
It gets you right here, doesn't it?
Well, kind of like right here. Yeah. He reminds me a lot of you.
Actually, he sounds an awful lot like Max.
Joe?
Thanks.
So however did the rest of the nation's publishers survive without me?
Gee, I don't know. We somehow managed to muddle through somehow. Although, judging by the land view update, I probably should have made you come to Washington with me. Boy, got home last night, settled in to catch up on the local news. Had a real hard time believing what I read.
Oh, come on, you ought to know better than to believe everything you read in the newspaper.
Well, actually, most of the time, I don't believe a thing I read in the Sun. Although, in this case, I guess I had to make an exception. Gee, I don't know what upset me more, the fact that you divorced Blair or the fact that you married Taya Delgado 2 minutes later?
It was 3 minutes later, and I didn't ask for the divorce.
Really? Well, now, what do you think would cause Blair to ask you for a divorce?
The meddling of Auntie Dorian and Patrick Thornhart.
Right, watch your head. Oh, would you look at that? Even in the sober light of day, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's reassuring to know that my judgment wasn't totally impaired in time of purchase.
Now, wait a minute. What's Dorian think?
Oh, I think I managed to convince her that a little distance is good for whatever it is we have.
And what is that?
Mutual reinforcement, deep affection, shared sense of humor. All adds up to a heck of a lot of fun. Want some coffee?
Yeah, please. All right. A lot of people share much less than that.
Oh, I know. You take milk?
Yeah, thanks.
I may be mistaken, but I think I have become slightly more sane over the last couple of months. Enough?
Yeah.
It's due in a large part to Dorian.
Dorian, huh? All right, then. Here's to her.
Here's to her.
Cheers.
Cheers. But I still need my four walls. My own mess, my own quiet. I like to go up on the deck, watch the seabirds. You know those guys that ride real low in the water and they suddenly vanish into the depths? What are
The cormorant.
cormorants?
Right.
Man, they stay down an incredibly long time. And then I try and hold my breath and wait till they resurface. Half the time I can't do it.
It may be because I don't think they smoke.
Ah, okay. Thank you for that contribution.
All right.
No, I like it here. I like the solitude. I like the time it gives me to think. And one of the things I think about is the interesting position I've gotten myself into vis-a-vis my good buddy Patrick. I know it's not news to you that Todd's pushing the Armitage-Whiting bombing connection in the Sun with lots of references to you.
Yeah, Todd's like a pit bull. He's genetically unable to let go of anything.
See, Patrick, on the other side of the street, Kevin and Clint are very sympathetic to you, but Todd's selling a lot of papers. They got to compete.
I understand that. Now, did Kevin get any more information about the Manning-Keneally connection?
All right. Keneally's escaped.
Keneally's what?
He's escaped, Patrick. They were transferring him out of Dunleary Prison into someplace in the southeast. 2 carloads of armed men stopped the van on a country road. They busted him loose, and he disappeared.
Huh.
I'm sorry.
There's no need. I'm sure Keneally's got more in his mind than me.
Well, I guess we know now how Keneally spent some of the money Todd paid him for the Whiting story.
So what's your dilemma?
You shared with me, in confidence, your involvement in the Whiting bombing. And now, my paper is on it.
And you?
Oh, man, I tried to cut myself loose. Clint understands I have a conflict of interest because of my friendship with you.
Now, there's got to be more than that if there's a problem.
They've asked for my advice. Now, I won't deliberately mislead them. I won't lie just to send them down a blind alley. On the other hand, you spoke to me as a friend. I'm not about to point them in your direction.
I'm not asking you to lie for me. I'm not. I knew that sooner or later I'd be asked to answer for my actions. If not in this world, then the next. If the day's at hand, then I certainly won't blame you.
Thank you. I hope that day doesn't come. Have you heard about Blair?
Blair was doing great in rehab, you know. She was looking forward to coming home and seeing stars. She was doing great.
And then?
Dorian couldn't stand that Shorty was happy here with me because I meant that Blair and I were going to have some kind of a contact. So she filled Blair full of wild ideas. Professor McPoet backed them up.
And Blair just sort of believed everything they said about you.
Well, they're a hard pair to ignore, especially if you're stuck in a hospital bed.
Well, tell me the rest.
There's nothing else to tell. Blair asked for a divorce, and then she had a stroke, and then everybody thought she was going to die, so Dorian went berserk and tried to get custody, but I wouldn't let her, so she tried to slap me with a custody suit, and I had to do what I had to do.
Which was to marry Taya?
Yeah.
All right, okay, answer me this. What specifically did Dorian say to Blair that would cause her to turn against you so quickly and so vehemently?
That I blew up Guy Armitage. And I don't know why Dorian would say that, because she knows that I was working here that night, because she was here. And then I went to Club Indigo. There were plenty of witnesses there. You know, there is not one scrap of evidence that says that anybody but Patrick Thornhart did this.
Except Patrick didn't do it.
So maybe he had an accomplice that planted the bomb on the boat. I mean, nobody can tell me any different. Nobody can tell me that he didn't do the same thing to kill Lord Whiting 10 years ago. I mean, he hasn't even bothered to deny that. And whose side are you on, anyway?
Why did Blair believe Dorian?
Everybody's willing to think the worst of me. Even my own wife, well, ex-wife.
That may very well be, but it does not answer my question.
All right, let me ask you a question. How come, after everything that you've been through with Dorian, you could even consider something that she would say about me? She has made it her life's work to take my kid and my ex-wife away from me. Now, I am not going to let her. It is as simple as that.
Okay, listen, I agree with you, all right? Dorian has no claim on Star, nor should she have. Star belongs right here with you. But I sincerely hope that you will not now try and keep Star away from her mother. That is going to bring down a whole load of trouble on you.
How much more trouble am I going to have? I got Dorian on my back trying to take my kid away, and I got Blair in a hospital saying things like, aren't you warranty under? And she thinks it makes sense. Now, how much more trouble could I have?
Well, Blair is very likely to recover from it.
Oh, really? What makes you think that you know that?
Because I had a stroke, and I recovered from it. And Blair is much younger than I was, and she was very healthy before the accident. And there is every reason to believe that she will come out of this just fine.
Look, great. But I don't have time to fool around with likely or what's probable or even what's possible. I got to protect Star now from what's coming at her.
What do you got? I don't get this. What are you protecting her from?
You're kidding, right?
No, I am not kidding. Maybe I don't understand it at all. All right. You think that Blair is going to die, so you act very quickly to protect yourself and your daughter from Dorian's fury. That bit I get. Blair does not die. So it seems to me you've painted yourself into a corner over something that is never going to happen.
Oh, well, I see it differently, sis. Maybe that's because I see the train coming right at me.
What train? Todd, I'm worried about you.
Why? I'm fine.
No, I'm not so sure. Listen to me. What I'm trying to say is this. You think you're going to lose Blair, so you turn around and divorce her, and then marry Taya? However, it seems that you're not going to lose Blair, at least not to death, and you certainly can't replace her with Taya, which kind of begs the question, why are you married to Taya in the first place?
I had expected a warmer welcome into the family, especially from my sister-in-law.
Well, I'm very sorry. I certainly didn't mean to sound unwelcoming.
Oh, it's okay. You're not the only person in Landview to be puzzled by our marriage.
Oh.
You want some coffee?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
You are most certainly welcome to our family, such as it is, and I hope that you and Todd can be very happy together.
Your brother and I understand each other very well. I think we'll be just fine. And I'm crazy about Star. I want nothing more, thank you, than to create a happy, stable home environment for her, which is more than I can say for a lot of families.
Oh, well, that's for sure, that's for sure. And if you truly do understand Todd, well, hey, that's a hell of an accomplishment to begin with. I hope you know what you're doing. Because my heart tells me you've made a very big mistake in cutting yourself off from Blair the way you have. That's all I wanted to say. Taya, I hope you understand that. Oh, thank you for the coffee.
Yeah,
Well, so how do we think that went? Not exactly open arms, but...
I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to work or something. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Blair is now conscious and alert. She's not 100%, you understand, but she's awake.
But she's back, right? Now, when you say she's not 100%, what do you mean by that?
Well, she seems to respond well to physical stimuli, but her language apparently has taken a later train. She can speak, but the wrong words come out.
Does she know that they're the wrong words? Ah, God. I can only imagine how frustrated she must be. When I think of Blair, I think of energy, of life. I think of her racing over an open field with Arby. I hated seeing her in that bloody hospital in the first place. And what she's doing with that swine Manning, I will never know.
there's no point in even speculating, Patrick.
I know there isn't, I know. It's when I do, I want to choke the bloody life out of him.
All right. Can I get you a drink?
No. I better go. Thanks for being my friend, and thanks for your loyalty. And I'm truly sorry. I put this kind of pressure on you. I'm sorry.
I'll always be here.
I know that. But after on, there's another old friend I've neglected. I'll see you.
Be well.
So, I asked Virginia Douglas over here. See if she might, be able to help me place Eli in a foster home.
She's the lady that helped you adopt River?
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that she can come up with some brilliant solution for Eli. Hoping, Maggie. I'm not expecting anything.
Hi. River felt that he had overpacked for day camp.
He is a wise young man. I wish I knew when I'd overpacked.
Thanks.
Listen, I wasn't, I wasn't eavesdropping, but I couldn't help but hear you mention Virginia Douglas's name while I was walking down the hall, and I was just wondering what child you're trying to place.
Kid's name is Eli Traeger. He's 15 years old, HIV positive. Met him over at the hospital. Mother's dying of AIDS. Father's long gone. And he's on that protease inhibitor program.
That's the regimen where they have to take the medicine exactly on time, right?
Yeah, right.
Wow. Wow, getting a kid that age, never mind the rest of the problems, to follow a time-sensitive therapy like that must be really a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why I asked Virginia Douglas over here. I'm hoping that she might help us place him in a foster home.
So what if I do a profile on him? Think it might help?
I think that's a swell idea.
Look, it's not like I'm the kid's guardian or anything. It's not up to me to say yes or no. I suppose, little public interest couldn't hurt.
Great, then we should go do it.
I've got to stay here and wait for Virginia Douglas. Why don't you go over and ask him yourself, directly, if he wants to have a story written about him?
Okay, I'm on it.
Cass, this kid, he's, I don't know how to describe it. He's kind of right out there, with the antagonism thing, and he's kind of in a miserable situation, so I want you to go easy on him, okay?
Yeah. I've done a few interviews, so I think I'll know how to proceed, but thanks for the warning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I hear Max calling. You take care of Eli, and I will go take care of Max and me. Have a nice day. Mwah. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Uh-oh.
What kind of response is that?
You're right. You're absolutely right. I just have all these thoughts going through my head like dominoes tumbling. Max bought me this gift. It's something wonderful. I'm going to love it. I'm going to be disarmed. I'm going to feel guilty about the warehouse. I'm not going to feel guilty about the warehouse. We're going to get into another fight. Uh-oh.
That was fascinating.
It was sad.
Why don't we just start with the... Gee, Max got me a gift. It must be something wonderful. Let's go back to that, huh?
I can do that.
Good. But wait. Don't you want to guess what's inside first?
My present's inside. I want to open it.
Irrefutable logic.
Max. It's wonderful.
Oh, I love when you sound like that.
No, I mean, they're beautiful. I'm not really ready for these. I'm still working with my balls, but thank you.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little inspiration, a little inclination to go for this. I will learn these with you. How's that? We'll get our act together, we'll take it on the road. We'll call ourselves the Swinging Shostakovich Brothers.
Sisters.
You're out of that line of work now, remember? Of course, I am not giving you anything heavy to throw to or at me until I'm certain that you're not mad at me anymore.
I'm not mad. In fact, I'm going to take this as a sign that you love, support, and understand me and my performing arts center. And I thank you.
It's too close. You see that? It's no different. I support you in everything. I want whatever you want. You want us to be together. I want us to be together. You want the warehouse. I want the warehouse. No problem, right?
Problem.
Now, Virginia, on top of his medical problems, the kid has, I don't know if you noticed this, he's got a little attitude problem, right?
Even worse.
You noticed it, huh? Words fail me. Do they fail you?
Yeah, I got the picture.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the frankness of your description.
Having said that, having said the worst, I want to also say that I think he's going to respond well to some stable adult supervision. You know, this is a kid who really, he wants guidance. The difficult part is going to get him to admit and accept that. And boy, it's going to take some mighty patient people to deal with this attitude.
Well, my meeting with Eli was brief, but I agree with you. He's going to be a very difficult child to place, you know, whether we look for foster home or adoptive parents. Let me go back to my office and make a few phone calls, and maybe I can turn up a lead somewhere.
Good luck.
Listen, Andrew, I know from experience, well, take you and Cassie, for example, that there's some good people out there who aren't afraid of the challenge a boy like Eli presents.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, River was a much easier placement. He was a healthy infant. Now we're talking about a half-grown force of nature. And, of course, he has a diagnosis that would make most people run for the hills.
Well, the right people are out there. The trick is to find them when you need them.
Well, I appreciate your help. And, you know, I don't want to speak against foster care here, but just given the fact that adults have just randomly gone in and out of this boy's life, I think what would be best is a permanent adoptive home.
Oh, I agree with you completely. Unfortunately, the ultimate choice doesn't rest with you and me alone.
Hey, how's Billy?
Oh, he's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a Christmas card from him.
Oh.
Yeah, he sounded really happy.
Yeah, he is. Thanks in no small part to you.
Oh, come on. He's got a great mom. That's what did it.
Oh, I have to go now. I'm blushing.
Oh. Thanks for helping out with Eli, okay?
But don't thank me till we succeed, because till then, keep your fingers crossed. Right.
You got it.
Eli, this is Ms. Carpenter from the Banner. She'd like to speak with you if it's okay. Okay, go. I'll be right outside.
Thank you.
Sure.
So what do you want?
Well, as your nurse said, I work for the Banner, and I'd like to write a story about you.
Yo, I bet you gotta hurry up, right? Before I croak or something. That's all you want to talk to me about, right?
Well, I thought you might have something important to say.
Yeah. There was just once this little runt, and couldn't find where the 3 bears lived. Went hungry and died. The end.
Eli, I've heard that your mother is very ill, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, right, I know about that, whatever.
So I thought if I wrote a story about you, it might help you find a new home after she's...
After she kicks it. Got it. So I guess you gotta crank out those stories every day, even if there's news or if there isn't. So who put you on to me anyway?
Oh, Reverend Carpenter.
Oh, I got it. You're Zex, aren't you? You ditched him and the kid.
Yes. Reverend Carpenter and I are divorced.
Doesn't really qualify you for primo help and find a mom sweepstakes, does it? But I'll take what I can get.
Good. Great. So tell me, did you grow up here in Landview?
Not much. What growing up I've done. Yeah, I guess you could say I grew up here.
Go to school?
Not much, no.
Friends? Not much.
Yeah, well, at least you catch on quickly.
Yeah, sometimes I do, yeah. So do you know how you got exposed to the AIDS virus?
Guess I was just born lucky, huh?
You were born HIV positive?
Isn't that what I just told you?
What about your mom? Yeah, I know, not much, but could you tell me about her anyway?
You know, I don't even really care where she picked up the bug or whatever. But she was basically sick on and off all my life. Even when she wasn't sick, she was so strung out that she might as well have been dead anyway.
How about your father?
Who?
Stepfather.
Oh yeah. They were all my stepfather, according to her. I'm really not looking forward to my next one, because they were not friendly at all.
What do you mean, not friendly? Got it. Any relatives other than your mom?
No. Not that one to admit to it, but, no, not really.
How about anything you want to do? Got any plans for the future?
Listen, I really got to take my morning walk, okay? I'm gonna see who snuffed it last night. See you later.
Miss Carpenter, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Hello there. Good news, old friend. Blair's getting better and she's gonna come and ride with you soon. All right, so I'm glad you're looking well. Could use some hay, though, couldn't you? Hey.
Well, look at you. After your ankles in manure. Kind of like your life's work, ain't it, Patty?
Zachary is here to play with River.
Oh. You have a good time.
You're leaving?
Yeah. But I'll come see you soon. And I'll call you tonight, okay?
Okay.
Now, you listen to me. Okay. When you're playing with Zachary, good behavior. You have a disagreement? Use your words, no hitting.
He's so serious.
Not all the time. We have a lot of fun. I was thinking we'd sell the rings, give the proceeds to charity.
Well, I was kind of thinking that
I'll put him in a safe deposit box. And one day we can give them to River. Tell him about the years they represented. The good things.
Hi. How'd the interview go?
Well, I don't think I got a single word out of him I can use. His situation is miserable, and I'd love to help, but, you know, my hands are completely tied.
Why?
Because his attitude toward me was so contemptuous, I couldn't get him to say anything. And I really don't think that in all good conscience I can write a child in need piece about this kid. I mean, it's obvious that he's a lost puppy, but he acts more like a caged animal inside a barbed wire fence.
Listen, I'm sorry that you feel you can't help him, but I understand.
How incredibly noble of you.
Hold it now. Are you angry at me right now? Because I'm sorry that the interview didn't go well, but it has nothing to do with me.
Really? And I'm sorry that you told him I deserted our son. Now, how the hell do you justify telling such a mammoth lie like that?
I told Eli that we were divorced. Anything else he heard someplace else.
Really? So now our divorce is the topic of choice for sunroom conversation. Come on.
You know, I wish I could share your outrage at this, but the fact of the matter is there are a lot of people out there, Cassie, who see our situation exactly the way that Eli called it. And if they're talking and he happens to hear it, I mean, that is not my problem.
Really? Now, Andrew, you and I agreed that we were going to act like civilized adults who don't detest each other for River's sake.
I don't think that we detest each other.
Then quit saying it all over town.
You're way out of line here. I never said anything of the kind.
Andrew, I am not going to stand by and let you use me for target practice, taking cheap shots at me to anyone who will listen.
This is scary.
Well, learning to juggle clubs?
No. This warehouse and all the issues surrounding it.
Really?
You know, up until now, we've been able to just lay it on the line with each other. I mean, I tell you what I think. And God knows you haven't hesitated to set me straight. And until now, we never questioned. We never questioned each other's motivation about this, their intention. I mean, we both just assumed that any insight into each other's behavior was offered out of love.
That's right.
And now you think I'm manipulating you.
Aren't you?
A little. But I'm not using your insecurity to do it.
Really?
No, just charm and persistence.
You should quit while you're ahead,
No.
Max.
Look, this is not about a warehouse, right? This is about you and me. Look, I took a chance telling you what I thought you were trying to do. And that made you mad. And that hurt your feelings, and I am very sorry for that. But it also scares me.
It scared me, too. Because for the first time, you pulled out the stops in a situation where I told you no for the first time in our mutual lives.
Look, maybe we're getting too heavy about all this. I mean, here's a warehouse. Here's a warehouse. You want to do one thing with it for the community. I want to do something else with it for the community. It's like, you know, it's like ketchup. It's like ketchup. We'll go to breakfast. You want to put it on your French toast. I want to put it on my oatmeal.
Yeah, well, ketchup, the warehouse is not community property, and we're not sitting around a table going, could you please pass the warehouse, honey?
What am I going to do with you?
You're going to trust me, all right? You're going to love me. And you're going to keep your hands off my warehouse.
Must be tough getting by on a professor's salary. Probably have to do this kind of thing for extra cash, don't you? Or are you just trying to return to your dirt-poor, bomb-throwing beginnings?
I'm getting Araby ready for Blair. She'll be nice and fit when she gets back.
Oh, you haven't been hearing the news. She may not be coming back.
I thought she was doing better.
Yeah, she's great. You know, if you show her an apple, she calls it a throat-warbling mangrove. You know, if you and Dorian had just let her alone and let her recover in peace, this wouldn't have happened, you know? She wouldn't have had a stroke. She wouldn't be speaking pig Latin.
I'd rather not hear your paranoid conspiracy theories. Why don't you go tell someone else? It's none of my business.
Oh, yeah, that's never stopped you before. It was none of your business when you got Blair pregnant. It was none of your business when you killed Star's bone marrow donor. It was none of your business when you got Blair so aggravated that she had a stroke. You almost killed her. Was that your plan, huh? Was that what you were trying to do? Just kill her once and for all? And what for? All for your precious Margaret? I wouldn't put it past you, you know. I know murder's nothing new to you. Just ask Lord Whiting's family. Only now there's no video clip that's going to get you off on that bombing, all right? And somebody, some witness out there is going to rat you out. He may do it for justice. He may do it for money. He may do it just to see you fry. And it's too bad you're going to be on the other side of the pond when that happens, because I'd give good money to see them pull the switch on you. And what about Marty, huh? Will she be there for you? Will she love you until the end? Will she die with you? Will she be so horrified at who you are that she'll pull the switch herself? Go ahead, huh? Go ahead, do it, Patrick. Go ahead. Do it. Prove my point, you murdering Mick. Do it. Come on, Patrick, kill me. Do it.